Today we're analyzing Blanca Soler, who is a Spanish model. Without further ado, we're going to analyze her front profile first. So her front profile started off with my harmony formula, got a 92.65% total score, which is excellent score for the front profile. That's really high for a top model. Starting it off, she has a flaw with her jaw frontal angle as being a bit obtuse, with 99.7 degrees, but ideally it should be between 86 to 97 degrees for a female face. So her jaw is slightly obtuse from the front, and 99.7 degrees is not a huge flaw, just a moderate flaw. Next we're looking at her facial thirds. Her upper third and middle third is almost same, with her lower third being the smallest. Still, all three ratios are perfect and in the ideal range. Her facial width to height ratio is 1.95, which is in the ideal range of 1.9 to 2.06. So it is perfect. Her total facial width to height ratio is 1.3, which shows her face shape is perfect and extremely feminine. The ideal range of it is 1.29 to 1.35. Her cheekbones are high, set at 84.1%. Her mid-face ratio is 1.02. Everything is ideal on her front facial proportions. Moving on to her eye area. Just looking at her eyes, we can say it is extremely beautiful. Her eye aspect ratio is 3, which is very feminine and ideal. Her canthal tilt is 7 degrees. If you want your facial analysis like this one, join my Patreon. Link is given in the description. Her eye separation ratio is 47.9%. which is in the higher end of the ideal range. Also, her eyes are one eye apart. Her eyebrows are medium-low set and ideally positively tilted. Both are ideal and feminine. Again, no flaws in her eye area. Moving on to her jaw area. Her bigonial width is 83.4% of her zygomatic width, which is ideal and very feminine. Her neck width is 79.8% of her bigonial width. It is also ideal and feminine. Her bitemporal width is 88.2% of her cheekbone width, which is ideal. Her chin to philtrum ratio is 2.36, which is ideal and feminine. Her mouth to nose width ratio is 1.45, which is on the lower end of the ideal range, which says her nose width is a bit thick for female, but not that much of flaw, cause it's still in the ideal range. Her lip proportion is ideal at 1.6, but her lower third proportion is 30.5%, which is slightly lower than the ideal range. Lastly, her ipsilateral alar angle is 91.5 degrees, which is perfectly ideal. But this might be the biggest flaw of her face. The deviation between ipsilateral alar angle and jaw frontal angle is 8.2 degrees. But the ideal range of it is 0 to 2.5 degrees. If her jaw frontal angle was close to her ipsilateral alar angle, then she would have scored 99.7% for her front profile, which would have been the highest front profile harmony in history. Next, I am going to analyze her side profile. Her gonial angle is 117 degrees, which is perfectly in the ideal range of 114 to 125 degrees. Her ramus to mandible ratio is 0.57, which is ideally long and feminine. Her mandibular plane angle is 16.2 degrees. Perfect. Her submental cervical angle is 109.5 degrees, again ideal. Her nasofrontal angle is 140 degrees, which is in the ideal range of 122 to 143 degrees. Her nasofrontal angle is on the higher end of the ideal range, so it's extremely feminine. This shows her brow ridge projection is extremely feminine. Her nasofacial angle is 34 degrees, which is also in the ideal range of 30 to 36 degrees. Her nasolabial angle is 112.4 degrees, which is also ideal. Her mentolabial angle is 124.2 degrees, which is also on the higher end of the ideal range. Now let's look at her convexities. Her glabellofacial convexity is 170 degrees, which is ideal and says her face is perfectly flat. Her total facial convexity is 141.8 degrees, which is also ideal. Her nasion facial convexity is 163 degrees, which is also in the ideal range of 161 to 170 degrees. And her nasal-mental angle is 126.4 degrees. Again perfect. Now let's move on to her nose. Her nasal projection ratio is 0.67, which is on the higher end of the ideal. Her nasal width to height ratio is 0.84, which is perfect. And her nasal tip angle is 130 degrees, which is on the higher end of the ideal range of 118 to 131 degrees. Now lastly, we are going to analyze her overall features from the side. Her Frankfurt plane is ideal, so her doesn't have any recession on her mandible area. Her mouth-Tagonian line is also ideal. Again, this shows her chin is perfectly projected in proportion to her mandible growth. Her forehead slope is 12 degrees, which is ideal and feminine. Her orbital vector is positive. It means her eyes perfectly deep set in her skull for a female. And lastly, I will look at her lip assessments. Her Ricketts E line is ideal. Her Steiner's S line is ideal. Her Holdaway H line is ideal. And her Burst 1B line is also ideal. No flaws in her side profile. So Blanca Solar will get 100% harmony score for her side profile. Objectively, this is the greatest side profile of any human that has ever captured. Now agree or cry. Now overall Blanca Solar has scored 95.6% for her total facial harmony. Next, we'll see Blanca Solar's miscellaneous features. She has perfect skin complexion and perfect smoothness. Perfect hair texture and ideal hairline for female. Her eyebrows has ideal thickness for a female. Also her eyebrows are perfectly long relative to her eyes. Her eyelashes are perfect and feminine. Her eyes have limbal rings which helps her eyes to pop out. Her sclera is white and healthy. And she doesn't have sclera show on the upper and lower end of her pupil. Her eye color also extremely appealing. Her medial canthus is extremely downturned and sharp, which is extremely appealing. Her zygos are femininely projected. Her lips are full and very appealing. Her lips have perfect and feminine cupid bow. And her chin shape is ideal for a female. But Blanca has slight upper eyelid exposure. And her nose tip is slightly bulbous. Overall, she will score 9.7 out of 10 for her miscellaneous features. Next, her sexual dimorphism. At first, she scored 96% in ratio-based assessments. Here the 4% deduction is because of her jaw frontal angle and mouth to nose width ratio. And for visual sexual dimorphism, she is perfectly feminine and nothing looks masculine about her. So she will score 10 out of 10 for visual assessments in terms of sexual dimorphism. And overall Blanca Solar will get 9.64 out of 10 for sexual dimorphism. And last but not the least, her facial angularity. She has excellent jawline visibility, excellent zygo visibility, top-tier chin angularity. All perfect here. Still, I would not give her 10 out of 10, cause she doesn't have visible OG curve. Faces like Taylor Hill who have all top-tier angularities like Blanca Solar, but Taylor has OG curve which Blanca also has, but it is not that much visible. Taylor Hill has peak angularity for a female face. And Taylor scores 10 out of 10 at this category. So I will give Blanca Solar 9.8 out of 10 for her facial angularity. Now I got Blanca Solar's score for all categories. In total, Blanca Solar scores 9.58 out of 10 facially. Now in terms of her total sexual market value, which we call SMV, she is 5 feet 9, which is very good height for a female. Although we know celebrities lies about their height for the most of the time, still she looks very tall. Her physique is lean but in good way. And her body is very appealing. So Blanca Solar's total SMV score is 9.8 out of 10. Comment down your thoughts. That's all for today, guys.